Hundreds of pieces of U.S. military equipment and machinery arrived at the Subic Bay military base in the Philippines. The authorities in Beijing are already sounding the alarm. This is the largest movement of U.S. equipment in recent times. Has America really decided to attack China after several years of active provocations? Don't rush to panic, because official information indicates that an annual exercise called Balikatan is being held, involving about 12,200 American, 5,400 Filipino, and a little more than 100 Australian soldiers. However, there's still a bit of conflict because the military exercises will be the first to include live firing in the South China Sea, which is almost entirely claimed by Beijing. Among the equipment used by the Americans in the exercises are Patriot anti-aircraft systems, considered one of the best air defense systems in the world, and HIMARS high-precision missile systems. But the most surprising thing is the almost complete deployment of bombers. According to official data, there are 141 active bombers in the U.S., including B-2 Spirit stealth bombers and the latest B-21 Raider. But no matter how many new aircraft are produced, no one can surpass the absolute power of the B-52. Even though it's 70 years old, the aircraft still receives impressive upgrades.
The B-52 has now become a symbol of more than a bomber. It's a symbol of America's resolve.
There's no other aircraft that can carry 70,550 pounds of ammunition and fly over 8,700 miles on a single refueling. It can easily fly from Washington to Beijing across the Atlantic Ocean, and there's enough fuel to fly back. However, due to its size, it's quite limited in terms of stealth attack capabilities. Moreover, it doesn't even have stealth technology, unlike the newer, fully armed stealth bomber produced by the United States.
It will probably be the most famous airplane ever.
The appearance of the B-21 Raider marked the beginning of a new era of high-tech stealth aircraft and served as proof of the incredible capabilities of the United States. Just imagine, the B-21 is the first new bomber in 30 years. It's not surprising that such an aircraft has such great features as absolute stealth, the ability to control artificial intelligence, and a huge arsenal of weapons.
The B-21 Raider is the first strategic bomber in more than 3 decades. It is a testament to America's enduring advantages in ingenuity and innovation.
Among the new capabilities, the Raider has an unmanned mode in which it turns into a full-fledged drone armed with nuclear warheads that it can automatically target the most important enemy targets. Moreover, it can control other drones using artificial intelligence. The best brains in the Pentagon worked on its creation for a reason. They managed to create a super powerful aircraft capable of carrying out attacks at an altitude of 72,100 feet. The B-52 was the first aircraft to have stealth technology improved.
The B-2 is a stealth aircraft. It's designed to basically kick down the door to open up that entryway.
In fact, stealth is a very basic idea, but it's shrouded in such myths that in the eyes of most people, it seems to be something very complex, secret, and mysterious. How does stealth technology actually work? To begin with, it's worth dispelling the main myth regarding the definition. Aircraft with stealth technology are often called stealth aircraft, hence the idea that the whole point is invisibility. This is not entirely true. The radar station emits radio waves, and if they're reflected from the aircraft, the object is visible on the radar. In other words, to deceive the radar, it's necessary not to reflect its radiation, but to use a radio-transparent material, such as carbon fiber. Another option is to reflect the radar waves in the other direction so that they do not return to it. This is a more reliable option, and here's why. In the case of the previous B-2, a unique chemical composition was developed and used to cover the entire hull for stealth. This material is capable of absorbing radio waves, thereby concealing the bomber.
It will operate in tomorrow's high-end threat environment, and it will enable America to outmaneuver, to outpace, and to outmatch our adversaries. It will deter aggression.
However, this method of stealth has a huge problem. The composition turned out to be unstable to water, and in the rain, all the invisibility was just washed away. It was necessary to reapply the coating every time to solve this problem. In the case of the B-21, its streamlined shape itself reflects radar rays in the opposite direction, and in those areas of the hull where this is not possible, an updated absorbing coating works. In this way, the developers managed to achieve almost 100% stealth from radar, making the Raider the most dangerous aircraft in U.S. possession.
The shape of the B-2 is basically designed so that it minimizes the amount of radar that can be returned to the original source.
It flies 7,500 miles on a single refueling and does it at a speed of 1,860 miles per hour. The Raider demonstrates the possible power of aviation with its entire appearance. The aircraft was originally designed with one goal in mind: to fly to any part of the world and drop an atomic bomb there in case someone threatened America. In this sense, the B-21 can be more effective than 100 conventional aircraft. But that's not the end of its features, because the Raider has received a lot of new useful features. For example, the position of an aircraft in flight is constantly monitored by a complex electronic system connected to all surfaces and engines. All this is facilitated by advanced artificial intelligence, thanks to which the Raider has two types of control, the first with a pilot and the second is completely based on artificial intelligence and does not require human intervention.
Fly-by-wire takes inputs from the pilot and other aircraft sensors, feeds them into a series of computers, which then produce an output to a hydraulic actuator, which moves the flight controls for it.
At the same time, the arsenal of the aircraft is also more than impressive. The main and, at the same time, terrible ace of the B-21 is nuclear bombing. Thanks to the development of this aircraft, the United States no longer needs to use huge missile carriers, because now a nuclear strike can be delivered anywhere in the world very quickly, efficiently, and completely unnoticed. Carpet bombing is in second position in terms of destruction. It's the Raider bomber that can carry out such a mission. It fires 80 conventional bombs or 40 cluster shells, which can devastate several acres of land. For example, just one cluster shell can hit a column of 40 tanks. For more precise strikes, a guided aerial bomb would be well served. It finds its target anywhere, even if it's hidden in the fog.
The world has never seen technology like the B-21.
An unmanned bomber armed with nuclear warheads. It sounds both exciting and extremely threatening, but recently something has emerged that can surpass even the B-21. The X-47B multi-purpose combat unmanned aerial vehicle has taken the current top spot among drones. According to the U.S. Navy, the X-47B has a range of over 3,700 miles and an altitude of over 39,300 feet. Its flight can be carried out completely autonomously under the control of onboard computer equipment, and the operator can intervene in the flight only if necessary. The combat drone is much smaller and more maneuverable than large aircraft, but it can perform exactly the same functions. It's capable of carrying out nuclear or carpet bombing or targeted destruction of enemy radars with high-precision missiles. Just like the B-21, it's designed with an emphasis on stealth technology, but at the same time, it's superior to the Raider due to its size. The X-47B can be launched from aircraft carriers and land on them thanks to its folding wings, which no modern bomber can do.
As it successfully launched an unmanned aircraft from the flight deck of the USS George H.W. Bush aircraft carrier for the first time in history.
First of all, the X-74B is planned to be used for reconnaissance, surveillance, and precision strikes against various ground targets. At the same time, its capabilities have been expanded due to its modular design. If necessary, it can be easily supplemented with various reconnaissance systems, electronic warfare equipment, or other features that large bombers do not have. At the moment, the U.S. Navy spending on the X-47B project is already about $1.4 billion, which is even more than the cost of building the B-21 Raider. And most of its functions are still a mystery. Could this drone soon replace the existing stealth bombers and bring the U.S. military power to a completely new level?
Unmanned systems that the X-47 represents will continue that evolution of naval aviation and nuclear-powered aircraft carriers.
This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching this far. We'd be extremely grateful if you'd subscribe to our channel and give us a like for our efforts. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.